One of the things I get increasingly involved in is woodland creation. It's a big thing at the moment, and these projects, there is a need to undertake baseline surveys for habitats and protected species to ensure that these are not impacted upon. But it can also provide valuable information for hydrology and problem species such as bracken. And this is a typical example of a project on the west coast. You can see in the foreground of the photo here, you can see there's some ground preparation for some woodland planting with some plough lines and some mounding already in place. This job project brief was basically to collect existing data for the site, undertake a baseline phase 1 habitat survey, which is kind of the most basic habitat survey. And this identifies habitats of conservation value. And then we provide a detailed map of these habitats to highlight ecological constraints to the woodland planting. The survey work we undertook involved high-resolution UAV mapping of the 120-hectare site, and this was at around 4 centimeters resolution or ground sampling distance. And then through the use of that imagery in GIS, we delineated habitat boundaries using orthomosaic, and then after the GIS, we actually undertake the main ecological field surveys to confirm those habitat boundaries, what habitats are present, obtain species lists and habitat quality information. So the GIS is actually done before the main ecological survey, which is I found to be a much more efficient process. And then we returned after the UAV, after the ground preparation, to undertake a second mapping process to be able to map and quantify the ground preparation. So the outputs were high resolution baseline orthomosaic and DSM, digital service model, and then an accurate contemporary habitat map. And then we can undertake detailed measurements of habitat areas, ground preparation areas, and associated features. And we can also get the ability to a relatively simple coarse 3D model, but these can be super important for clients. And if I just come off the presentation for a second, I'm hoping that you can see, so this is just hosted in Sketchfab. You can see the 3D model, and what's really useful is communicating why habitats are in certain places. So we can see the purple in here is some bog, blanket bog habitats, and these are situated in these kind of flat areas where you're getting water collection, and again flat areas on top, and all this brown areas on here is bracken, which the clients forwarded on this model to the bracken control contractors who were undertaking spraying from a helicopter, and this supplied useful information for them for distribution and extent and where the bracken was in relation to the topography of the site. So added aspects like that are really useful for the clients.